Every day can feel like Christmas Eve when you know what's waiting for you. Today, I'm thrilled to have my wonderful daughters, Sophi and Bonni, joining me on the podcast. We're diving into a theme that's very close to my heart. Everyday Christmas Eve. Imagine the excitement you feel on Christmas Eve, the lights, the warmth, the sense of wonder, and the anticipation of something amazing just around the corner. As Christians, we live with that same sense of joyful anticipation because of the incredible promises God has made to us. Just like how the twinkling lights of Christmas remind us of the joy to come, our faith reminds us of the hope and glory that await us. Today, we're going to explore how this anticipation can transform our daily lives, filling each day with joy, hope, and a sense of wonder. We'll talk about the promises of heaven, the living hope we have through Jesus, and the unimaginable plans God has for us. Now, grab your coffee, sit back, and join us as we journey through this beautiful theme of living every day like it's Christmas Eve. So, are you ready? Let's go!
So we hold on and enjoy the ride. After all the ups and downs, this is our time. Enjoy the ride.
All right, girls, we are officially live. You are on Morning Coffee and Bible.
Morning coffee and Bible.
All right.
All right.
Did you all just witness that intro?
Yep.
Yeah.
What did you all think of that?
It was good.
It was pretty good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's get into it.
Sure.
Today we are going to be talking about everyday Christmas Eve. What would you all think if every day was Christmas Eve? What would you think about that?
I would kind of be a little mad that it wasn't Christmas.
Okay.
I would be a little mad that it wouldn't be Christmas.
So you actually, okay, this is interesting. You like Christmas better than Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that does make sense.
First of all, you get like the whole tradition, whatever you're doing in your family, and it's God's birthday.
Okay. So, all right.
Jesus's.
Yes. And then so so that's interesting. Like, cause like I look at it as I love Christmas Eve, almost the anticipation more, but I guess it is because it's the look forward to of the actual day of Christmas.
That makes kind of sense.
I think because I get let down, and I don't know if it sounds echoey or not. I hope not. And I think it's because I sometimes feel like I get let down when Christmas actually is here because I know it's over. I guess that's where I come from. Do you not feel that at all?
I kind of feel that the day after.
Oh, okay. More the day after.
Yeah. Like the day after, because, the whole entire thing's over, and then you gotta wait another year.
Okay, that does make sense. It's a matter of perspective. Everyone has different perspectives, Like, and so how old are you, Bonni?
I am 9 years old.
Oh, and I should have introduced you. You are Bonni in the yellow, in the yellow chair,
Yes, I'm here.
and the golden chair.
The golden chair.
You think it's gold? Does it look golden or yellow to you?
It looks yellow. I don't like the whole entire.
I chose it because I wanted it to be yellow because yellow is my favorite color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then over in the blue chair,
it's a bright color.
yes, it's pop. It'll pop out. And then this over in the blue chair, or I think of it as more kind of like an aqua turquoise chair, or
Yeah.
is Sophi Fogel.
Sophie Fogel. Bum,
And Sophi, you just turned 12 years old, right?
Yep.
On June 10th.
June 10th. So this is because I'm saying it because it's a matter of perspective. With the limited years that you all have had on this earth, 9 and 12 years old, I think you all come at it a little different than me. So what do you think about that, Sophi? What would you think if every day was Christmas Eve? What would you think about that?
It would get old.
If
It would just get old if the. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
yeah, I guess I should have thought that through. Yeah, I guess that would get old. Yeah.
Like if it's every single day for your whole entire life.
Yes, that's true.
Or a long period of time.
Okay. What if it was one prolonged day of Christmas Eve? Would you like that? Like the day never ended of Christmas Eve. Would you like that?
No.
Okay. This is back.
I mean, if you had a really like fun tradition that you did every year on Christmas Eve, maybe that would be fun.
It would be every single day.
I know, but if you really liked it that much. But
Okay.
then after a long time, it would probably get old.
Okay. This is all right. Now, this is backfiring a little bit, but it's because for me, I absolutely love Christmas. And I absolutely love Christmas. And we are doing this video in June for future people when people see this. But I love Christmas all year round. So it's not like it can be isolated just to December. I'm giving everybody a taste halfway through the year so they can look forward to it in December. But really, the point of why I wanted to bring up as in Christmas Eve is because I love Christmas so much, and that Christmas Eve is that day that looks forward to it and anticipates it's on the horizon. To me, it's just I always get like whenever I fall into the actual day of Christmas, I'm always let down a little bit because I know it's over. I'm almost it's sad and disappointed. All the build up and everything that we had, like the lights we put up, the trees we put up, and that whole atmosphere and everywhere you go, it like lasts about a little over a month that you have. But then it's over in an instant. But I've always enjoyed the actual day of Christmas Eve the most because it's the pinnacle day for me, as in looking forward to that next day. I think I romanticize. I don't know if romanticize is the best word, but I just look back on it when I was a child and just like how I loved it so much, and because it is a difference when you become an adult as opposed to when you're a child, and running down on Christmas morning and waking up and you can't even fall asleep the night before and you're just looking forward to it so much. Do you all experience? Do you all know what I'm talking about?
I kind of want to go to sleep like really bad though, but I can't because I'm a little too excited. So I try to go to sleep as much as possible because you don't even realize how long you sleep, and then when you wake up, well then I kind of like to sleep longer because it takes a while for you guys to get up. But
that as in me and your mom, it takes a little bit. Yeah, we've never been the ones that rush out to kind of. But we always make you all wait upstairs, not come down until we're out there. So yeah, I guess that is probably painful.
Yeah.
For you all.
One Christmas, Sophie, her bedroom is really creaky on her floors, and
That's
Mom
true.
and Dad's room is right under that. So we try to jump on the floor to make them wake up.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset.
Mom was a little mad, but
I can see your mom get mad. She hears everything. I don't hear anything. I usually can sleep through anything, but she actually.
I can sleep through almost anything too.
You fall asleep really good and really fast. I don't know about you, Sophie.
Sophie doesn't like going to sleep.
Oh yeah, you don't want. Yeah, the big thing right now is bedtime. I think she does not.
I still go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Sophie, you went to bed at like 8:30 or 9.
I know.
Sophie, you shouldn't be talking.
Yeah. So now you want a no bedtime thing. I guess is that what your friends have, no bedtimes?
Yes, they don't have a
And
bedtime
she
in the
keeps saying
summer.
that to Mom, and she's like, I don't care about your friends.
That is not a
Well,
good way to
not like
persuade mom.
care about them, but like what they think.
So I need to persuade you next.
Yeah, I
You're
think
not
you
gonna
usually try to turn to get mom on board. I think you try to go like behind her back a little bit sometimes and come to me. Do you do that, Sophie?
Yes,
No.
she does.
Okay.
Does
she?
too.
Shush.
See, Sophie, that was clear. Clear the shush.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Now this anticipation of this is not just something. Now, Christmas and everything like that is like you might not say that it's explicitly in the Bible, but it is a remembrance of the birthday of Jesus coming into the world, of heralding a king coming into the world, and it's like we were welcoming him, we were anticipating his arrival, and we were just so thrilled and overjoyed that when he comes. And I think church tradition has just looked back on that and made that and kind of whether I don't think it me personally I don't think it was December 25th that Jesus was born on that specific day. More than likely I've heard that he was more than likely born in the spring. I tend towards that he was born in the spring, but I've also heard people think that he was born in like kind of the October season, and it kind of corresponds to the Jewish festivals and when they looked for because in like kind of the fall is when the Jews celebrate Sukkot, and that is like the remembrance of God's tabernacling with the people on earth. And it was that they kind of look at it as Jesus came and tabernacled. God and the God of the universe came and tabernacled with his people, and Sukkot. So that time frame, I lean towards that it was more towards spring, and where because Bethlehem was like the place for the kind of nurturing and raising up the lambs that were going to be slaughtered in the temple and that were going to be sacrificed in the temple, and that was the place. And that it's fitting that the Lamb of God was born in that same area, that same place where it promised that that Jesus, the King of Israel, would come and be born in Bethlehem. And then also, I tend to, and this is like, I think I learned this from a long time ago from a preacher named Jonathan Cahn, and he kind of explained that it might have been the first day of Nisan that he was born, and how he actually got to that. Whenever I listened to it like years back, it really persuaded me, so I kind of lean towards that. I know I'm probably putting the girls to sleep. I am a Bible nerd, and I start talking about these types of things. And are you all falling asleep over there?
No, I'm just tired.
You do realize you're still on camera, so
I know.
try to seem interested. You know, like
When
have your eyes lit up. You know, so that like at least for the people that you know.
When you were talking, I yawned at least twice.
Are you serious?
I'm just tired.
I think I'm just tired.
I'm just tired.
Okay, you
I never-
all have put in a lot of years. Your body is worn down. You need rest. I am sure. Yeah.
Went to school for 4 years. I heard teachers
4.
read books all the time. I'm okay.
When you're in school and you're hearing the teachers read books or whatever they're doing, is it kind of like off Charlie Brown and they say wah, 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 and you do not actually hear what they're saying, or do you actually listen to what your teachers are saying?
No.
I listen to what they're saying,
don't.
but like if I'm
Okay, they
reading
might
a
be
book,
watching, Sophie. You never know. One of your teachers might see this. Heck, come on, let's have a good attitude. You never know. They might see it, you know.
I know, but
Well,
like when I'm
that's
reading
okay.
a book to myself, like I don't know what I'm saying in my head. Like when I'm saying it in my head, I don't know what I'm reading. Sometimes,
Uh-huh.
like
So,
if I go too fast, I don't even know what I'm reading.
is it easier for you to read out loud? Or do you... or does it-
Kinda, but if I just read slower, it makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Sophie? Yeah, you read a lot. I know you're
She
good
read
at-
like she said she read like 4 chapter books in a day.
And I'm really thankful. You
Oh,
you
so
got
you
a
didn't.
lot
You
better
lied.
start than me in life. I didn't start reading until I was in probably a senior in high school. I could read, but I didn't start reading actual books until then, and then I fell in love with books. But what about you, Sophie? Tell me about your books. What are you reading now? What do you enjoy?
Nothing, really.
You're always reading. Actually, you're playing more video games lately, but you still read a lot.
Not really.
Which one?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, no, do you like to read or play video games more?
Video games.
I guess it just depends, because I mean, it just depends the feeling that you're in, which one you want to go and do. But so you like right now you're kind of more into games, but you do read though. I hope you do not lose that. Or, I hope
You think she
What?
would lose that?
as in that
Lose
desire
what?
lose that desire and drive to read,
Oh.
not the ability to read. I think she's
That's what I was about to say. I thought
you thought,
like lose the ability to read. Like
I got to be careful what I say. You know, be a little bit more specific and precise with my wording.
even when you knew what like the video games you were playing, you still really like to read. But now she's like she only plays video games.
You still
Like,
read, right? I'm not like.
Not in the
Sometimes.
summer. It's the summer right now.
I had to read all year in school, so.
So, okay. Well,
Sophie, hold on. When we're home and mom tells us to read a
I listen
book
to an
30
audiobook.
minutes. 30 minutes. But you're supposed to be reading.
It's an audiobook.
Then what are you reading?
It's an
Sophie?
audiobook.
What book?
I finished it.
What is the book called?
I forgot.
you don't need to say it, like
Oh
because sometimes if people ask me what are you reading, like I felt like kind of bad when I just said that because like that's sometimes personal. You know, you don't want everybody to know what you're reading. So if I ever ask you that and you don't want to say it, don't feel bad because I'm the same way. Like there's some things that I would rather not broadcast. Like because sometimes what you read, you know, there's those books that you have and you kind of just feel feel comfortable in sharing because it's kind of people could relate to. But then some of them, that people have no idea and they might think you like look at you sideways.
It's a horror book though.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
What is it? What is it? So
She likes horror books. Or
I am
horror
the same
movies.
way. I am the same
I
way.
forgot what it's called.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. The Shining.
The Shining. Okay.
She has like a big bookshelf and like sections where she can put her books, and she has one horror like book horror like place with all her books.
Those things are
She has
ancient.
maybe 10
you
or
must-
maybe 7. I don't know.
Those things are ancient.
You
I've
might
not
get
read
that
them in a
from
long
me
time.
because I actually do like reading horror books. I am that's like I'm a Stephen King fanatic, and did you probably I think you got that from me somehow.
She is always begging to like watch the movie It.
I can if I want to. There's something
Maybe
called
that's
YouTube.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Yes.
Watch. Okay, now this is good. Okay, Sophie, what did you just say? Don't be doing that. We give them a lot of free reign in what they can watch and what they have access to because we trust you.
That doesn't mean I want to watch it.
Okay, do not be saying that you can just watch whatever. You know what I mean? You always ask us. Okay, do you hear me? I'm looking at you. I see you. We always see. We always see. We know parents. We know everything. We know the places that you click and the places that you go. But I don't even want it to be like that because we just trust you. We generally just trust you, and we've made it that way. We've given you a lot of access to just things because of that. Because I did not want to be a parent that just like hovers over their kids. I want to. It's and think that I cannot like know what I have to know everything that they're doing. I want to think that I instilled in you kind of right from wrong and what you should and shouldn't do. And I hope that we've done that. I hope we've done that.
Like on a TV show that I watch, there's this like overprotective mom and then like other mom, and the daughter called the overprotected mom a helicopter mom.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What show was that?
Stuck in the middle. So he watches it all the time. No, so do I.
Is that a funny show?
Kind of.
Is-
I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
It's just a show.
Just show, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely helicopter parents. I guess that is the perfect analogy of what I did not want to be. And I think mom is a lot more so that mom is like that parent that will just whip open a door and see what you're doing. I'm more like the easing in to the room and just saying, hey girls, I trust you. I know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, whatever. Like, I don't want to feel like I need to just abruptly spook up on you.
He just walks in the door and says, "What are you doing?"
I do that?
Yeah, you do that.
No, he doesn't.
No, but if he did, he didn't do that all the time at all. But if he did, he just walks in slowly and just says, "What you doing?"
But does mom do it any different, or do you see mom?
She probably just texts us,
She just texts you.
or she yells from downstairs.
There's a lot of yelling in this house. I'll tell you that. There is a lot of yelling. Yeah, it's a lot about
It's a
what?
lot of noise.
Just from the other room, what? It's like we need intercoms or something like that because we're always.
And then, I walk out the door and I say, "What?" And she wasn't talking to me all the time.
Your room is like Bonnie. You are always upstairs in your room, and
Yeah.
it's like the door is shut, and we are literally having to yell at you because somehow that room got soundproofed really good, and like every other room in our house, it doesn't
Or
have
he
any.
just ignores us.
I don't hear you. And
or
and I
you're
think
deaf.
Mom knows that really well because I'm her
Whenever you're
daughter
on your
from
phone,
9 years.
you can't hear.
And so she says, "Bonnie," and I hear it. And then she doesn't say anything else. She just waits. And then I have to open my door and say, "What?" Because she doesn't want to yell.
I don't. A lot of us, it
Says that
always
all the
ends
time.
up yelling, "What?" Because we say it so many times, and it's like when the person actually hears it, it's that fourth or fifth time, and then it's like it just.
That's why everyone is so angry in our house.
This is real. This is a reality show. Sorry about that for everyone that wasn't expecting that. You heard it from our youngest, actually, not our youngest daughter,
Middle child.
middle child. It's complicated right now. I've said that before, but it's there's a lot of that goes on where it seems like a lot of built up stuff. And I actually, that's probably terrible to say. Like, I think there is like things that we kind of just struggle through. I mean, that's the easiest way to say it. We kind of struggle through, you know.
Yeah.
But so, do you see that there's a lot of anger in this house?
Yeah.
Like, I bet is it from my end? Like, if you had to be honest, like, am I the culprit, or is there someone else that?
No, it's
I
not
mean,
you.
I think it. I mean, you only get angry, like, you say something, but then you quickly say the other thing, like, and then you don't know what to do, and then we're like really confused, and then everyone starts yelling.
I think that's a perfect like example of me. Like because I'm not one way, and I kind of like, I give a lot of mixed signals. I think I tell you one thing, and then, and I think I get it's frustrating sometimes because I want you all to just do what I say, and like, and sometimes you don't, and then I just like kind of just flounder, and I just go back and forth, and it, like that's I got a lot of improvements as a father. But like I've said in previous videos, like I've been like, you all have seen the worst of me for the most part. You've seen a lot of, and you probably have blocked it all out, you know, and the stuff, you know, that you've kind of maybe put that in the back of your mind and don't think about it. I think a lot of it, you are like, I would sometimes get upset and act a certain way, but then you all didn't even like, it seemed like you didn't even notice. You just like, it didn't like,
I know,
there
but
was
now
no shock factor.
I know you like get mad a lot, but now that I think of it, I don't even know.
I got an anger
when you
problem.
do that.
I am sorry. I have an anger problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bonnie's dropping the bomb over there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now I
The
can't
bombs
even
can be
think-
dropped. Bombs
No,
can be dropped.
I can't even think of like a time that you were that mad.
You can't. Probably because you blocked it out, and it's like.
I know.
But like what Sophie's saying, like bombs are being dropped. It's because like this is true. Like Christians are not perfect people. We are just the same as everyone else. That's the difference. The difference between a Christian and a non-Christian. A Christian is one that is forgiven, and that's the bottom line. They are still as sinful and bad as the other ones, but God has forgiven them. Jesus, his death, has paid for their sins, and they're in the process of being sanctified. I remember hearing an awesome, like, I think it was R.C. Sproul. Like, I loved him. And I do love him. He was with the Lord right now. But he was explaining to someone. He was telling somebody about they came in to, or maybe it was him going to one of his teachers in college and saying, just going in to meet with them and have that kind of interaction and talk about like how things are going. And that this teacher that he really looked up to just came in and they said to him, "So, what is on your partially sanctified mind?" And that was how he started the conversation. What is on your partially sanctified mind? Does that even make sense at all to you all, what that means?
Not really.
So there goes that yawn.
I'm still tired.
I think they go into that mode of just trying to just sleep mode. Like their devices in their head go off and they're ready to go into sleep mode when they hear their dad start talking. It seems like it. But partially sanctified mind, that is just a way of saying like he was explaining like it was just a really cool phrase to me because it was just real, as in even Christians, however noble their purposes are and what they're wanting to do and how in line with God they are still not fully perfect. And they are still not fully... Vaughn, I see you're holding... I see you, Vaughn. I got eyes on you. I know. I see you're about to yawn. Well, but I think we yawn out of love. Everyone yawns out of love. Because I can say, even in church, like... I have fallen asleep in church. Even after I became a Christian, I remember going to this place... it was like, I don't know if it was a revival. It was something that was really like a worship atmosphere. And I remember like being in like kind of like, it was like this auditorium area. And I remember just falling asleep, and I had just become a Christian, and it probably like might have looked weird but it's like, I was just at perfect peace. And it's like, it almost like that perfect peace almost puts you to sleep. And I've like noticed that like, if you open the Bible, even talking about the Bible can start putting people to sleep, because I think, this is me just thinking about it outside the box, that the Word of God is so peaceful and so comforting to your soul that your soul almost goes into rest mode. That's what I think. That's how I see it as, because God is so soothing and His Word is so perfect, and knows you so intimately. I don't know. I think there's something instinctually in our natures that when we start encountering God's word and God face to face, that we start almost falling asleep because we are at perfect peace in him, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I mean, now that I think of it, that actually kind of makes sense because he is all peace and powerful, and he's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. That was my word of the day last week whenever I did with Zach. I said 100%, 100%. I usually will have one word, it seems like, that I will say over and over in videos, and I do not know why I'm broadcasting that. But some things...
The 3 Ps. Perfect, peaceful, and powerful.
Where did you hear that?
I just made it up.
Oh, I thought you learned it in Sunday school or something like that. That's cool, Bonnie. I like that. It's really good. All right, so the anticipation, like this everyday Christmas Eve. I want to kind of just expand on this, unpack it, what I am talking about. Like I've said, everybody's different. Some people do not like Christmas whatsoever, so and there's that aspect of it. But imagine even if you don't like Christmas. Think of the thing that you love the most and put this in its place. And for me, it's Christmas Eve that I am anticipating so much of looking forward to Christmas and that awesome day and that fun day. Every day that we live in this world as Christians is in a form like Christmas Eve. Just try to receive it to yourself that way, because what is to follow when we go to be with the Lord is the ultimate experience ever. So it's like every day that we are living our life here on earth can be that anticipation and that awesomeness of just looking forward to be in the most exquisite, perfect place that you could ever imagine. You know, that song, I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine. You all know the song I'm singing?
I can recognize it, but I don't know the song.
I thought we were going to have a moment.
I mean, I know the song, but
Okay.
I don't know all the
Well,
words.
this is a song that was actually, I was listening to that song before I became a Christian, and I remember showing the girl that led me to the Lord, showing her, I think it was that song. No, I'm confusing songs, but I remember it was during that same time I was listening to that song, and I wasn't a Christian yet, and I didn't really fully understand it, but it still got me going. It still, it caused me to think about it, but it wasn't until it's a song by Mercy Me. Mercy Me wrote that song, and it's like he's talking about he can only imagine what it'll be like when he's with Jesus, and he's imagining that, imagining walking with God. Have you all ever thought about that? What it's going to be like?
No.
No? Have you ever thought about it, Bonnie?
I mean, kind of.
I mean, imagine the person, this is not just me or mom or anybody else you love in this world, but the person that created you, that made you, that knew you before you were born, and that is going to know you for all eternity. The person that just made you, that made everything, that you are going to have that awesome, intimate relationship with for all eternity. We can have that relationship with Christ now, and it's awesome, and it's getting closer and closer, but we will know him. It says in the Bible, we will be like him, and we will see him as he is. We will know him perfectly. What do you, Sophie, you're on camera, Sophie. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Nothing.
What'd you just do? So you stole that from me.
No, I didn't.
We're gonna turn ourselves a game. Yeah.
No, I just
remember.
did that on purpose.
Okay. Well, that was I was confusing that song with another song where I'll probably spend an hour trying to remember the exact words of it. But that was a huge moment, and I love that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs of all time. I can only imagine, and it's by Mercy Me. I'm sure everyone knows. I think it's the most sold Christian song ever. I'm just throwing it out there. You can fact check me or everything, but I think that I've heard that before, and it's an amazing song. You should go check it out. It's kind of an oldie, but it's a goodie. So when I was listening to that was probably 2006-ish, whenever that came out. But all right. So talking about looking forward to, this is from I'm gonna pull it from the Gospel of John, John, in the book of John, Jesus says to his disciples, "I go to prepare a place for you, and when I come back, I go to prepare so that when I come back, I can receive you to myself and take you to be where I'm at." And that's in John chapter 14, and that's that preparation that Jesus has gone out there to do that so that we can be with him forever. He's made a place for us, and him doing that was like going towards the cross. He was telling his disciples that he's going to prepare a place for us. He was going to the cross to purchase our salvation so that our sins can be forgiven and we can be with him for all eternity.
Sorry.
This is going to be the theme of the day. Okay, I guess I can cut it out. You all don't have to see when they're yawning, unless we only have the video with them on there. So you're going to see every yawn in place. But we're gonna have to practice.
Yeah, I was just looking at you, and then my eyes got froze.
I thought you were gonna say then my eyes. I think you're gonna say I looked at you and then my eyes glazed over. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we have
laugh like that.
All right, and so that is that verse in John that he goes to prepare a place for him. And then the living hope that we have in Christ. We have this living hope. 1 Peter 1:3-4. That we will always be like, it's not just something that's just, we are going through this earth and it's, we don't have something to anticipate and look forward to, but we have something that is living with us. And that living hope is Jesus Christ seated at the right hand of God. Like that is our inheritance. He is our inheritance. And he, that is the proof of it, that God raised him from the dead and he is with him up there. So what do you all think about all this?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, I just want to maybe hit one more thing, girls. I know this has been really messy, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it. Some people like to see real and raw stuff, but then some people are like, I am tuning out. I cannot take this. It's too real.
I just want to ask you guys a question. I want you to close your eyes. If you went into heaven, and what you would picture it, how you would picture it.
Oh,
like how it'd be like.
Oh, yeah. That's
like how you would think it would be like.
Yeah. Because, I mean, a lot of times it's like the most amazing thing that we could ever even dream up or think of, which is that is like almost can maybe even briefly touch what heaven would be like. It's like your most amazing experience that you would look forward to. All right, look, we're going to hit one more thing and then we'll wrap up. So the unimaginable plans of God, that God, it says in the Bible in 1 Corinthians, it says that, like it talks about it has not entered into the heart of man what God has planned for those who love him. So yes. It has not even entered into our kind of our heads, and we can't even wrap our mind around what God has planned for us, and it's beyond our comprehension. It's so amazing. I don't even know how I can't.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bonnie. You saved me there. All right. So did you want to ask any questions? I'll give maybe each of you one question you can ask. Then we'll
on this thing?
Yeah, just
okay.
or whatever you want to.
Okay.
You can ask one on the front and you can ask one on the back.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I'll
Bonnie.
do one on the back. No, I'll do one on the
And at the end, I have something to say.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I'll do one on the back. Why didn't Jesus ever get married?
That's a good question. That is a really good question because, like, especially in that Jewish culture, a man not being married might have looked odd. You know, it was very well like kind of expected that a Jewish man would get married, and him not like being 30 and not being married, that might have looked a little bit different, you know. But I would say that he didn't get married. I mean, there's for obvious reasons. He is God in human flesh, and his bride is not going to be just one woman. That he is a creature, you know. But it is the whole people of God, the people of the church, the people of God, whatever you want to call it, the people of God throughout time. They are His bride, God's bride. That it says we will be married to Christ for all eternity. That's what, when Jesus comes back, there's going to be the marriage supper of the Lamb. We will be united and joined to Him. So that is probably a big reason that why He didn't get married, because He knew and knows that His bride is not just going to be one girl, and that would just be really weird. His bride is the whole people of God. Does that make sense at all? I hope that makes sense. That's a really good question. All right, you can go ahead, Sophie. You can ask your one question.
Okay. What happens when you die?
What happens when you die?
That's what Mom wrote.
That's a really good question as well. It talks about like when you die. I mean, everybody, we can kind of visualize it, but it is almost like it's not the turning off of a TV and like game over and go into blackness, into utter like what's the word am I thinking of? Like,
You can't turn that TV back on.
yeah, it's not that. There is consciousness and awareness when you die. Your soul departs from your body, and your soul and spirit goes to be with the Lord. And how that all happens and what that all looks like, nobody knows, but we will eventually know, unless Jesus comes back. But that's a really good question too, Sophie. Like what happened? We'll spend time on those and talk about in a future video of those specific questions. But that's a good one. All right, girls. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think it's time to do it. I think we need
Can
to.
I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
After we wrap it up?
Just
Okay,
go
you have
ahead.
to put it in text, though.
Just go. What are you saying?
Follow Sophie.eilish.sterniello on TikTok and Instagram.
So
Okay.
You have to put that in text so
All
they
right.
can actually.
There's a plug. Yeah, so, do you have any plugs that you want to, Bonnie?
I don't think so.
Not at this time. Not at this time. All right.
Just believe in God, and you'll be all right.
Exactly. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. All right. So I think that's good. Are you all good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming on the show. I'm sure we'll have more of these as we do, but we'll end it with that. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will see you all in the next video.
So we hold on and enjoy